Well, Sunday is The Sopranos' last episode, and a lot of fans think that's totally whacked. It could all end very badly for Tony Soprano. His family's in hiding, his associates are dying, and last week, even his shrink cut him loose.
So wait a minute. You're telling me, after all this time, after everything we've shared in here, you're cutting me loose just as my son got out of the hospital for trying to kill himself?
Since you are in crisis, I don't want to waste your time.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. As a doctor, I think what you're doing is immoral.
Let's look ahead to Sunday and get some predictions from Lynette Rice, senior writer at Entertainment Weekly, and Mary Murphy, consultant and writer for TV Guide. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Same question to both of you. Tony, does he get whacked Sunday night? Who wants to start?
Oh, you know, I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's the place you want to go there and assume, yes, the guy, he's going to get his just reward. But I think he could, we'll see a fate worse than death. We'll see many deaths, and maybe even a death in his family. I mean, I'm guessing, but I think that's a good guess. Maybe one of his children.
Mary, do you think Tony gets whacked Sunday night?
He can't get whacked because how will we then continue with the speculation for a couple of years about will there be a Sopranos movie?
That's true.
But I was laughing to myself thinking, okay, he's buying fruit at a fruit stand.
Right.
And he's walking across the street and they come and whack him.
Or
just like
does
The Godfather.
does the FBI get him?
No, I think the FBI, that's my other thing. The FBI was there last week. Maybe, it's a horror to think about, he goes into witness protection.
Ooh, not a very manly ending for him.
that would
I think it'd be
Lynette?
better of a showdown of some type between him and Phil. And it comes down to that. Phil ultimately dies. You see Tony is literally the last man standing, maybe in his driveway, the way the series began, maybe by the pool, holding that rifle, but looking, just having this profound sense of hopelessness in his face.
You know, I have a feeling that we're not going to like the ending because, you know, David Chase doesn't tie things up in a neat way. But the chilling line in the last episode was when Tony said to Carmela, "Don't worry, they don't whack the family."
I think that was an establishing line.
I do too.
Which means that somebody's going to get it.
Precursor of what was going to happen.
Do you think Carmela's going to get whacked then?
Well, that was, or maybe AJ, hopefully.
Well, it'd be nice to be AJ because
You
he's
guys
so
hate
bloody-minded.
AJ.
Yes, he is. But I think it would be more painful if it's Meadow because she's the one that appeared to get out. So hers would be a more painful whacking.
There's one other thing I was thinking about. AJ is kind of like the Fredo now. You know, he's just weeping and sobbing.
Yes.
But maybe something happens to Tony. And AJ steps up. You know, maybe AJ turns into
guns
Pacino.
a-blazing. Guns a-blazing with Phil. That would be good.
DNA in him, you're
He's
saying.
got it. He gets off the floor and
Okay.
he says, "I'm not depressed anymore."
Right, I'm over it. All right, Paulie Walnuts. Does he survive or does he get whacked? He's like the last
the thing I was thinking about Paulie Walnuts is, because I keep thinking about The Godfather, you know, there has to be somebody who's the traitor, the Luca Brasi, you know? And maybe, although I can't bear it, maybe it's Paulie Walnuts, because there was a whole episode early on where Tony was questioning whether Paulie Walnuts talked too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but that's not intention. That's just his bad habit.
But I don't know. I mean, something's going to happen to Paulie Walnuts.
I wouldn't mind seeing him gone.
Okay, do you guys really think that Adriana is dead, Christopher's ex-girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, because we never saw her buried. We saw her shot and crawling.
Yes.
No, she's dead.
Yes.
Because Christopher is dead. They can't bring her back unless there's like a
They're
in
ghost
heaven
thing.
together.
Yes.
You know?
We see an appearance, yes.
Oh, okay, so, but other than that, dead.
Girlfriend's gone.
Okay, Phil, New York crime boss, you think he's going to survive, or is Tony going to get him? What's going to be his fate?
I feel
hope
like he
he
would
doesn't.
die in the last 10 minutes. I really do think the final establishing shot will be on James Gandolfini. It should be that way. The show started with him. It should end with him. But he won't be happy.
And, you know,
Last comment
Phil
from
is
you.
the perfect adversary because we hate him. We didn't hate any of the other adversaries as much. So he has to go. They finally get it right. They don't whack the wrong guy. They whack the right guy.
Right.
Mary Murphy, Lynette Rice, thank you, ladies. We will see who is right and if Tony Soprano survives.